Attention Deficit and Hyperactivity Disorder is characterized by difficulties with sustaining attention, overactivity, and poor impulse control. For a diagnosis, these core symptoms should be present by the age of 7 years, even if they're not recognized until later in the child's life. They should also be severe enough to affect the child's learning, school, and family life. About 1.5% of children aged between 5 and 15 will be correctly diagnosed with ADHD. It is more common in boys. In children with learning disabilities, the rates go up to 20%, and in those with an autism spectrum disorder, the rates of ADHD can be found in about a third of them.
Difficulty maintaining attention is a key symptom of ADHD in children. This is characterized by listening difficulties, not following instructions, and making careless mistakes in their work. A child will be very easily distracted, daydreaming, forgetting and losing things, not finishing tasks, and easily bored. Children with ADHD will also be overactive, frequently fidgety and restless, leave their seat in the classroom without permission, or talk excessively. They may move quickly and forcefully without considering others. They may find it difficult to resist their impulses, be unable to wait their turn in a queue or a game. They may control or interrupt conversations and blurt out answers before the question is complete. Some may be prone to risk-taking behavior, doing things without taking time to think about whether it's safe, displaying little or no sense of danger.
Many children with ADHD will have tantrums, disruptive and destructive behavior. Quite a few of them will receive a diagnosis of oppositional defiant disorder and some of conduct disorder. Children with ADHD are at higher risk of having other developmental and learning difficulties, such as dyslexia, dyspraxia, speech and language delay, or other impairment of speech. They may also have social communication difficulties, repetitive behaviors, and some of these children will experience low self-esteem, anxiety, and depression. It is often difficult to identify anxiety and depression because the disruptive behaviors become the focus of concern for teachers and parents, and therefore anxiety and depression can go overlooked. For a diagnosis of ADHD, the difficulties are expected to be present at home and school. However, some children will show more difficulties in one context. It is often the case that when the schools are very supportive and structure the child's time, the difficulties at home are more apparent. ADHD is not caused by bad parenting, and that's important to remember. It is a highly heritable disorder. It runs in families. It can also be caused by brain damage during pregnancy or birth complications. A very low birth weight in the child, as well as use of alcohol and smoking during pregnancy, are all associated with high rates of ADHD. There may be other risk factors, such as the presence of intellectual disability or other medical conditions that affect how the brain functions. ADHD symptoms lead to poor educational attainment and long-term educational outcomes. Their learning is affected a great deal. The impulsivity in particular can affect relationships with family members, teachers, and others who are involved in the children's lives. Children with ADHD frequently get into arguments. Friends and siblings are less likely to want to play and spend time with them. They experience low social confidence and competence with implications for their long-term development. They're also at risk of engaging in substance misuse and antisocial behaviors, all of which increase the risk of becoming involved with the criminal justice systems in the future. There are strategies that parents can learn to use to optimize the child's functioning at home. For example, giving simple instructions and creating a quiet setting for the child to do the homework. Teachers play a key role in adapting the individual educational plan for the child to accommodate the ADHD difficulties. For example, placing the child near the teacher and structuring their time in order to facilitate their interactions with other peers. Many children will show difficulties with concentration, level of activity, or impulse control during their lives. However, when symptoms of ADHD impact on the child's learning as well as on their social functioning, then that is a time to refer. We would advise the parents to share their concerns with a general practitioner, who then may refer to a local pediatrician or to a child mental health service in the area. The special educational needs teachers in the school may also be able to refer directly to some of these services.